What's going on YouTube? JTUserborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Challenge of the Super Sons issue number 6. That's right, we're picking up where the last issue left off. Kind of, maybe not really. I don't know what's up with this Super Challenge of the Super Sons series. We keep jumping around so much, and I think it would have been better if we just went more of a linear path, because remember, the second issue, it's like, okay, we kind of skipped over things. Like, okay, then we're going to go back. Then the third issue was it saving Wonder Woman? In the fourth issue, they finally went back to the past, and then as soon as that was about to, like, we were starting to get a little bit of momentum. Fifth one, they got rescued by Aurora Girl, and I'm like, okay, let's see what happens now if we're gonna kind of like dive back in and then tie back up into the present. But this one takes place right after issue number 3, because they were going to go find Rora, but now we kind of missed all that important development stuff from before, unless we're going to get it in the next issue. I don't know, because this thing keeps constantly, and I mean constantly, jumping around. It's really affecting the pace of the story, if you ask me, and I feel like constantly just be like, what happened here? Why are we back to here and here there? Again, it's still a fun read. Like, it's a very funny issue, because again, I think Tomasi's really good at writing the humor with the Super Sons, but I would have preferred if we could get something a little bit more linear and we weren't jumping around just so much, because I feel like I'm missing pieces of the story whenever I get to the next issue. Again, that may change when every single issue is out and I can read it in one continuous thing, but as of right now, it's kind of affecting some of my enjoyment of this book. I don't hate this issue. Again, upon rereading it a few times, I find it pretty funny. There's some good humor with Damian. There's some really nice looking artwork by Max Rader, but it's just the way the issues and the storyline is just being constantly, jumping around back and forth, when I think we should take some time to breathe a little bit, explain kind of their backstory with Rora and all that before getting back to this. Again, it's just kind of a pacing thing, and I'm not sure why the story was laid out this way. Again, maybe we'll get more information as the other issues come into play, but it's kind of a bit frustrating. So as the issue opens up, we have Damian with his little mace that's of Hawkgirl. He basically kind of recaps the story about him and his assistant Superboy, again, just being a little shit, but that's what we love him for. He talks about how they were forced back into the past, and basically they came into Felix Faust and Vandal Savage, who've been plotting all sorts of different revenge things, and then luckily, thanks to a friend, they escape back to the now with this ancient scroll, which we know is the Doom Scroll. How that came to be and all that, we don't exactly know yet, because I figured the last issue would have, the way it was ending, would have set all that up leading into something like this, but we kind of missed that, and I don't know if we're going to actually get that portion of the story unless it'll drop in later. I don't know. That's what I mean. That's my gripe with this series constantly jumping around so much that we don't really get time to breathe and, get some of these important plot details, because once again, we're jumped here. And again, it is very funny. Like, there's some really funny writing. The artwork is great. It's just the pacing of the story feels affected so much because we're constantly jumping back and forth. I feel like I'm missing pieces. Again, it may get better as we go along and, I get all those missing pieces so I can read it in one continuous thing, and then it'll work that way. But as of right now, it's affecting the pace of the story for me, and I feel like it would be stronger if we, stuck to a more linear format than this constant jumping back and forth in time, and like, okay, we're over here, now we're after chapter 3, now we're over here. So that's kind of the frustrating part about where I'm at with this issue. But that said, there is some funny stuff. Again, just kind of the facial expressions, the way Damian's done, the way he's just being kind of a jerk. So John had to kind of inject like this poison because Hawkgirl was, getting poisoned, and he has nowhere to release it. And it's kind of reminding me a bit of the 60s Batman movie where Batman's like, some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. And he's just like, oh, I gotta fly up into the sky. Oh, wait, no, there's birds up there. And then Damian's like, oh, this is so stupid. Birds, are you out of your, you know what? Never mind. The world can get by with a few less birds, if not that solution. Then what are we going to do? Then they get the idea of balloons. So Damian comes in, he's like, balloons. He's like, clown, balloons, in the name of justice now. Just kind of little stuff like that. And now he's basically bargaining with him over $1 and just being kind of a little shit. And John is just panicking here. He's got all this poison, and Damian's just taking his sweet time just to kind of irritate him. Like, that shit's pretty funny. Again, there's lives at stake, but Damian knows that John will be fine. So then John kind of ingests his poison into this balloon here, and he's like, you tried to kill me. He's like, nonsense. I saved your life. I spent $1 on you. That's really funny. And again, just kind of the stuff with the Super Sons, and Damian's like, plus we gave a local clown a story he'll never forget or tell anyone about if he values his knees, right, clown? Just that little shitness that he has is a lot of fun. So again, they're going to head back to Rora now, because after issue 3, when they saved Wonder Woman, this is where this one takes place after, because they were on their way to save Aurora. Basically, they had another thing pop up on the Doom Scroll. And then right after this, see again, right here, the Death Balloon I seen back in issue 3. So yes, now we're jumping from, so we went through issue 1, and then issue 2 kind of skipped over what happened in 4 and 5, and then it went 3. See what I mean? A little bit of confusion. But anyways, so you little son of a Hawkgirl shows up, and she's like, get over here, you punks. And then basically John's like, I'm sorry. And then they kind of leave, and then Hawkgirl's like, I hate kids. So then they go, and then they end up coming back to find Rora, and then Vandal Savage is there. Welcome to the future, next, the longest game. So I don't know what's going to happen next. Are we going to go back into time? Because again, they established that they were friends with this Rora character, and we really haven't gotten to see that yet. So hopefully we get to see that in the issues as they kind of keep going. But all things considered, it was a funny issue. The artwork was really nice. I'm just kind of having gripes with the way the story has been laid out by constantly jumping around back and forth. Again, as of right now, I think maybe once all the issues are out, it'll become a lot more clear, and it'll work in that regards. But with this once a week release, and with it constantly jumping back and forth and skipping over instead of kind of just maybe spending time in a certain section before jumping back to the present, I think it's affecting the story. And I think maybe if the issues were kind of rearranged a bit, I think it would be better. But all things considered, it's still the Super Sons. There's still some pretty funny stuff. There's still some nice artwork, and I think it's still worth checking out. So I'm still enjoying Challenge of the Super Sons. I'm just kind of a little frustrated that we're constantly jumping around. So maybe once everything is released, I think it'll all work out pretty well. But again, I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen, because this is going to be 14 issues, and I think after next week they're going to take a little bit of a hiatus before picking back up again. I don't know if they're picking back up again in March or not, but it's all up in the air. But anyways, what are your thoughts on Challenge of the Super Sons number 6? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to hit that bell for notifications, like this video, share it with your friends, all that other fun stuff. Subscribe for more content. I'm going to be back to covering more stuff sometime soon. Next week we'll cover issue 7. I think they're taking a break after that. And I also found out we are getting a hardcover release of this series coming April. So that should be fun. And again, it looked like the pages were longer too, so I'm not sure what's up with that. But anyways, post your comments down below. That's all I got to say. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.